Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a 1957 Chevrolet BelAir. Please enjoy. Alright, let's get started drawing our 57 BelAir. Now, as usual, the equipment I have is a pencil, an eraser shield, and an eraser. Now, you might also be able to see the slight outline from an earlier attempt I had. So I'll be using that too, but as long as you follow my instructions, you should be good and have a pretty good looking car. Anyway, we're going to start with the headlight here, which makes a slanted kind of curve shape. And you want to make it a little thick because you have the headlight lens and the chrome surrounding it. So you want to make that little detail there. And then you have your hood here, and it's not very complicated, it's just a long, straight line. And you can soften it just slightly here. Curve it right there. So that it doesn't look like perfectly straight. Because that isn't realistic. Then you have your windshield, which is fairly straight up, but not exactly. Something like that there. Here we got your side window, which would be, well, actually this is the side of the glass, and then this will be your window. That's too thin. Okay, that's a little better. You're just gonna get the top of the top of the roof here, and you're not. This is never really a straight line. It's just a curve. The whole thing's a curve. So any little errors here, you just gotta make and correct by hand. I don't really have any fancy curve stuff I can do with this. Other than a little bit. Now this divot right here is going to distinguish where the rear fender starts. Make sure to add that in. I'm going to get a little chrome here. Thicken that just a hair. Okay, not bad for a start. Now we're just going to get the fender back here. Fix that little mistake. There you can now start to see some of the car. I think I may have made this just a little too long, so hold on one second. I'm just gonna fix that. Okay, that reminds me a little bit more of a BelAir now. Now for the bumper, you kind of have this stair step bumper, like this is where your taillight would be, and this is the actual bumper here of the exhaust pipes. You don't want to have it too have it too large, because if it comes out too much, it's going to look a little strange. It's not going to be accurate. You just round your bottom edge down here. And the whole rear bumper is a little odd because it's all slanted. But there's a definite, but it's back there. It has a definite shape. Not like most cars. But the BelAir, of course, and I mean the reason it's so famous is it has such a unique look to it. Now, let's see. You get a little bit more of the body here. And you have a long curve here that ends in a short curve for this wheel here. That's where that's gonna go. And let's get a little bit more of the front. Now, it divots back ever so slightly. And then it goes on to reveal this part. Now this bumper has this little rubber tip right here. Then goes back. Somewhat slanted. You also have this little edge up here. And I'm distinguishing this by just shading it a little bit differently. That way you can see it, the difference, because otherwise you can't. So I'm just making this a lot thicker, and this I'm just shading a little bit lightly. And this wheel here directly connects right behind the bumper. There's no separation. It comes down. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a curve because you need a little bit of room to turn. And it just meets the rest of the body right there. Now we can make the door here. Just very carefully draw the line. And doors are not perfectly straight. And it doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the car. And the door stops a little bit before the divot. You got to get just a little bit of space there. Let's get rid of that little mistake there. There we have our door handle. And now we got to give it the crown jewel. It's very unique chrome trim. This long slab of chrome here just stops right a little bit before the divot. It stops. And it's kind of this triangle shaped thing. Now the top is curved a little, but the bottom is just a straight line going right back to about here. And the rest of your chrome is just going to curve up a little bit, and then it's just going to go up to a straight line to right beneath the headlight. So hang on a second. It's not the best choice. Alright, gotta meet that right in the middle. And as you can see, I'm not perfect at doing this, so don't freak out if you're making a lot of mistakes. It usually takes me a lot of attempts to get it right. I mean, I probably could do it in one shot if I, like, drew this thing like 100 times, but I don't have the time or the desire to do that. So now we got our chrome trim highlighted, and to make it look like chrome, you just gotta make this line just a little bit thicker. That's all that's needed. And don't worry about these little mistakes. You can just take your eraser shield and erase the edge, and then it will look straight. There's that. That's the part of the car. Now I just gotta get a few things here fixed before I draw more. And now you just take some very thick straight lines. You put a lot of pressure on your pencil. Don't be afraid to do so when making these lines, but make sure you don't like go for the paper or something. It's alright if they're not perfectly straight. You just need enough for people to tell that there's some definite lines here. Okay, let's continue with these lines here. Just keep going. No need for them to be perfectly straight. Just take like a little straight edge or an edge of your eraser shield or whatever you use to make straight lines. Use that. There you go. Now I'm just gonna lightly shade in here. Very, very lightly, though not too much. Between these lines. And if I actually shade vertically a little bit, you can still see the lines a lot. There's that. And I think I made a little mistake with the window here. Right, the back windshield is supposed to be a little bit curved out, so you can see that. So I'm gonna fix this real quick. All right, let's finish fixing this. So, there's another mistake I made here with the window. Used to be a little bit more white up here. That's looking better. Okay, now the last thing we need to do is make this line down here just a little bit thicker to match the slope of the chrome trim. Okay. Alright, there you have it, your basic Chevrolet BelAir from 1957. Just gonna fix this one last thing, and there we go. Looks pretty good. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, please remember that history belongs to God. It's His story.